Hi, it's Toni the Global Healer here. I just wanted to come here for a short video. I was going through with everything that's going on right now with the whole, quarantine. Um, I, I just remembered that I've been writing I have I have lots of diaries, and I have been writing diaries since, I don't know, 1990s. I don't know. I'm 51 years old now. So these visions that have been coming up lately for me, um, all these dreams that is happening before now, um, coming to pass, some of them, and then also some of the dreams that I had back in 2002, 2006, 2009. I just had to go out and look for my log of diary, my journal. And so I was looking through them and I was like, holy crap. So much stuff that I wrote down and had visions of is starting to actually manifest right now. It's so strange. And Spirit came to me last night. He said, don't you remember that you agreed upon this before your birth? I was like, oh, wow. So I remembered it. I seen the whole thing. It just started manifesting. It's like, I remember before I even came to this earth, God said, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? And I said, yes, God, I love you so much. I would do anything for you. Because I had my paper in my hand. Obviously, I was died and went back to wherever, and I had certain plans that I wanted to fulfill. So God says, it's going to be a very hard, you chose a very hard life. You're going to be challenged. And I said, oh God, I love you so much. I would do anything for you. And he says, okay, child, I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned because you chose a very hard life. And I'm going to send you to that. And, well, I did. I chose it. So that means that I chose the life that I am living now on this earth planet. So I don't know how many others of you have chosen or remember your past or your what you agreed upon before this life. But just know that you were either chosen as a special being for this time, or you agreed upon coming here. So just know that we're all in this together, and we obviously chose this, but I do very much so remember God saying, are you sure you want this? And he kept on saying it over and over again. Are you sure you want to come to this earth to do what you want to do? And so, I had to look back at all my stuff because, as we age, as in me, as in aging, I forget. So I had to look back at my journaling all the way back to when I was young. And then I remembered. And then also with this whole meditational thing, Spirit came to me and told me and showed me a picture of everything that I went through before I came back to this earth planet, we should say. So I definitely chose this, and you also definitely chose this, or you were chosen. All right. So we are all having this experience together, and we all have a mission and a purpose for this mission. For today, it's very, very, very sad, and it has been very sad for the whole virus of the quarantine thing. That's making many people sick. Many people. It's all induced, okay? But I'm not going to go there because they will banish my stuff. All right. I know a lot more from source and from all of my writings that I have been writing about all the way back to 1998. So I got my journals out because, you write your journals down and sometimes you just don't remember. You just write them down like, okay, I don't know what this means, kind of thing. You have dreams or visions, or you just see things in general. So 1998, my journals, I started reading with this whole quarantine thing to now. And it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind for what is going on right now. I can't explain everything, and I'm not going to, because I'm not going to have somebody come to my door or anything else. But if you want to, you can call me, talk to me, or email me, something like that, besides the Facebook, because Facebook is a very much of a huge hub for the spy and I. So I'm going to pass that up anyway. So anyways, my name is Toni, the Global Healer, and I have so much to say, so much experience, so much understanding of what is going on now, per se, as in like from the start of 1998 until now. I have a lot in my journal, a lot that people can't say, this and this and that, whatever. Anyway, I just want to say is that when I had my near-death experience, I had two of them. The last one is where I experienced a huge, beautiful vortex, the vortex of a crystal's tunnel. Going up to this tunnel when I passed on to that other side, and seeing again lots of experience, as in people holding contracts in their hands. So they die and then they come back with new missions, and then plus missions they did not finish in this life. So, that being said, when I said that I knew before I came back to this life, God said, "Are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want this? Because you picked a very hard life." And I said, "Yes, I do. For I love you, my great Father God, the great I am. And I would do anything for the great I am, as in God." Because when I came to earth and later on had my near-death experiences, I spoke to God, and God is an energy. He's a beautiful energy force with so many colors. Now, Jesus Christ is different from God, as God is his Father. So later on in life, I seen Jesus as a teacher, a master that was sent here to do mighty works, to change our molecules, to change our bloodline, to help us change as in Christ consciousness. Also, as in Buddha, with another culture, and as in Krishna. So I've seen all these different people with my near-death experience. At that time, I had no clue whatsoever of who these people were until later on, 20 years ago, I should say. All right? Then I put pictures and things that I seen on the other side to things on this earth to understand. It's almost like a confirmation from God, to learn, to know. So I have a lot of confirmations from things on this earth, learning from why I've seen all these different people, these different masters, blah, 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 So the thing is like people choose their paths, and they choose and they have chosen, and also they were obligated to come back to this earthly plane right now. Although it hasn't been, what would you say it? Peaches and cream for a lot of people, or myself, we still chose to come back to be in that contract. And a lot of people forget, or they don't understand, why in the world am I here on this earth? This is freaking crazy. I never would have picked this. You did. You picked this just like I did, without even knowing. We just did it out of love. We did it out of love because we didn't know. We love the Almighty I Am, the Almighty God. And we were actually chosen from that line of people to come now onto this earth. Does that make sense? So you were already royalty, and you were able to choose. Although it is very hard to understand at this time, because it's been very, very hard for us as I'm being, quarantined, and the whole earth being in this whatever we're in right now. Today is March 24th, 2020, and I look back at everything, and I look back at all my diaries and all my visions, and then having my meditation and remembering why I came here and seeing the whole vision. I even said this back in the days and I forgot about it. But yes, it is hard. We picked it. Believe it or not, even if you're not a believer, somehow, some way you had to come here on this earth. You don't remember. But you agreed upon it. So the thing is like we need to change things. We need to bring love. And I always told my husband that this life is all about love, forgiving, and giving. This life is supposed to be high vibrational love. So loving yourself, loving people around you, loving animals, it's love, no matter what. So love, forgiving, and giving. That's how we'll make it through this life. Love is not just a word. Do you know how many vibrations there is to love? Love is just not saying, I love you. That's one dimensional. Love is multi-dimensionals. Love is multi-dimensional. 33 vibrations and vibrations of that they can't even figure out on this world, and they won't. But you have to make it to that pure love, that pure compassionate, that pureness for everything now. And really, it's hard to be a teacher or a reader or a medium or anything else until you're completely healed, so you can reach this pure love. Because then there's not going to be any room for landing strips. Landing strips as in like triggering as in like meth or drugs or alcohol or anything else that you had ever dealt with. There should be no triggers whatsoever, and that you overcome everything with the power of love and the great I am. Period. And I am recording pretty late tonight, and I don't care because Spirit told me to do this. And you know what? I don't even really care what people think about it, but I have went through so much in this life, and that I agreed to, and also am pointed as a healer to help people, and was also sent from the future to come, the golden age, the age to come. That means we are in that now to help so many people to realize, and who have been damaged, to get out of where they are and to help them heal through this whole life experience. All right? So, with me agreeing upon coming to this planet, and I said I would do anything because I love you. My love was so pure and pure intent that I would do anything for God. He is my Father and my mother. And I have such an amazing healing ability from that. I don't know. From that, with love, with pure intentions, with childlike. I was given a very special gift for everything. Also, that I have pertained from this life, as in losing my life twice and then having to relearn again. If you don't know who I am and learned who I am, or what I have experienced, it's very powerful, very powerful. And I'm very pure spirit, very true, very real, and I will see through anything that is not right of God, not pure, and I will expose. And that's what God wants me to do also, is to expose false teachers. And now it has been a bit of a challenge for me because I see a lot of them. So I will expose, but also God will expose if He knows that I cannot do so. Again, I'm very blessed. I have had a very, very, very hard earthly life, but I am very blessed. Again, I am very blessed as a mom of 3 men and 9 grandchildren, and very happily, very loving with my soulmate, my twin flame, for 32 years. I have a lot of experience with relationships, a lot of experience with love, a lot of experience with children, and also developing and helping them develop their giftings, helping them and helping parents to understand their giftings, understand it all. Helping people understand themselves and what their purpose is. What is their purpose? Why am I here? I'm lost. I help them find that. I help them understand. I help children understand. I help parents understand their children. Opening them up, helping them. That's mentoring, by the way. Helping relationships, Perhaps that relationship is not for now. Perhaps this relationship was for a season. You haven't met your twin flame. Or perhaps you have many past lives. Many past lives, meaning how many times were you married? How many times did you make that contract that we will never break? What happens if they all come out you in certain seasons in your life? Now, the contracts that you made. So each individual is so unique, so different, and I have learned so much, and also being sent here when I said, I will do anything for you, my divine God. You are the great I am. And then being also knowing that I was sent from the age to come, the golden age. The golden age as in the age to come. To help people from the future. So finding out all this stuff in my whole life, and then knowing who I was in my past also, seeing that too. So much. Also seeing my galactic family, my star family from the galactics, knowing where I came from, knowing who I am working with. I work with the galactic family beings since I was 7 years old. Always seen them. I thought they were ghosts or something back then. But now I know. Confirmation from spirit. Confirmation. Never learned from man. Never knew anything from man. Never learned from books until, just recently. Yeah. So I'm very, very, very in tuned with my divine source, with my divine angel. He is called the Queen Angel. No sex actually, but they just have both. So I'm in tune to my Queen Angel. I work with my Queen Angel. I work with the divine source and also with my divine galactic family. Work with Holy Spirit and Shekinah presence, and Yahweh, Elohim, Adonai. I have the mark of Tav within me. It's in my DNA. Ugh, oh my goodness, it was like really, really amazing experience when I found out that, what is that? TAV, found out that it was the mark of God, the chosen one that's in my DNA, literally in my blood. So that's why I have a lot of roots into the Kabbalism, I guess the Kabbalism side, the mystic side, the Jesus, the Christ side. I have a lot of ancient Hebrew stuff going on in my whole DNA. So I definitely have that plus the galactic stuff. I have the whole angelic codes and light language and everything like that. Anyways, this video is not for this. It was supposed to be for this whole video. I'm taking a breath here. This whole video is totally intended for like, you chose this life. You chose this life. I chose this life. We're like, I didn't choose this life. This sucks. How did you know that you didn't choose this life? Your mom and dad like had you. Obviously you chose your parents. Because like I said, on the afterlife, when I seen my near-death experience, I seen people with contracts and they were in line to see God. And with these papers they had with them, that's why we all have papers. Some people can't even remember, what their purpose is, why they chose this. But they chose their families. They chose the most challenging families. Because we are all beautiful souls and we were all chosen for this earth for a reason. So being a part of this earth is actually a blessing, even though it doesn't seem like it's a blessing, because some of us have chosen some families that are just not. But you were chosen for these families to actually help heal these families. So you had a mission and you were sent here for a mission and you were sent here to help. We were all here sent for some reasons, somewhat. So that's why we're actually here to help so many people. So many of us light workers actually don't make it because they can't take the mission. They don't understand this mission. They get depressed. They're very sensitive. They're extra sensitive. They don't know who they can talk to, or something else happens, or they get sick from mycotoxic poisoning or mold or Lyme or some other thing to distract them from doing their mission. Or drugs or alcohol or rock and roll, something to sidetrack and take them off the mission in which they are supposed to be here for when they get older. And then some of them commit suicide or drug overdose or alcohol because they get so bound into the earthly bound that they feel the earthly energies. And when they feel the earthly energies, they can't take it anymore. Plus, they consumed all these other things. So there's a lot of us that have been sent here, but have you completely passed your course? Have you passed it, like as in like, I love you, divine God, I know who you are, or maybe they're lost and then they come to one of us, for help. And then they don't want to listen and they continue on doing whatever they're doing. So there's a lot of mystery within that. I can keep on going on and on and on and on and on and on. And I was just going to do a short video on why you are here. You chose it. You chose this destination for your life. And you were also chosen by God the divine. Do you remember who you were before you were polluted by knowledge? So I knew this before I learned anything, or man, or books, or anything. So truly, before you answer that question, do you know, or have you felt or seen before you were to come to this earth for your mission? Don't go off of what you've learned. Go off of where, meditate on the age of 10 years old, okay? 5 to 10 years old. I want you to put yourself back to 5 or 10 years old of your age. Remove what you've learned from the future from that. I want you to go back from 10 years old back to before you were born. I want you to meditate on that to find out exactly who you are, and what your mission is in this life. So don't judge me, but I want you to do this test, okay? A lot of people will probably judge me on this video, but I don't care. So go off of your age from 10 years old back to before you came to this earth. Meditate, ask God for directions, your Holy Spirit, God, angels. I don't work with guides. I don't know why people do, but I don't. So you need to work with direct source and say, I want to know where I came from. I want to see the vision of what I said and I did to agree upon this earthly time, this earthly planet for 2020. Actually, it's 2 a.m. here now. But I just want you to do that, because if you can't see it, then I may be able to help you with your past life. I do a lot of that. I go off of your DNA, I go off of an energy scan, your biofields, and then I go back to see who you were, and I could send you back so that you could hear from source yourself and know what your purpose and plan is. So after the age of, what they say is 5 to 10 years old, you forget who you really were supposed to be, for who you were supposed to be in this time. So maybe you need to shed some stuff down, remove all these other things, all these thought patterns, all these controlling systems, all this ego, all this depression, whatever. There's so many layers there. And that's why I was sent here, to help people to remove everything, to help them see, to help them know, and to help them know what they're supposed to be. And so I was definitely here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. Sent from the future, and also knowing where I came from. So basically, I passed, I died or something, came back wanting to come back to this earth to help, perhaps sent from the future. So interesting, because I'm always ahead of time, like 10 years ahead of time, seeing things and doing things, and um, before people acknowledge what it is. And then they're like, and then I see people starting to come into it. So, yeah, so it's been a pretty amazing experience, but at the same time, not very understandable. Not People don't understand me very well. That's okay. That's okay. Anyway, I'm going to end this because I am getting a bit tired and I need to go to bed. Need my beauty rest so I'm able to help clients and help people with many missions in their life. But again, think about it. You chose this life. You chose this destination. It's just you need to find out what your mission is and why you chose this. So if you need help, just inbox me or email me or whatever. And I can give you some tools perhaps, or help you, or do some activations, or do a past life. I don't do hypnosis. I do holographic biofield, where I will take you back to your life in before this life, and then you will start seeing who you were. So it's not hypnotherapy. It's just something I can do. I guess I'm a bit of an alien here, put on this earth, but I think that I'm more angelic being, um, working with source to help people. So anyway, love and light to you, Toni the Global Healer, intuitive readings and mediumship, and etc., etc., etc. And that's who I am. You can't name everything that I do. Everybody's different, and I work with everybody on their energy and their level, and they get a completely different experience because that's what divine wants. All right. Love and light to you guys, and I hope and pray that everybody's going to be safe and okay. And I send lots of healing energy to you and your family. And I pray that we will overcome this. And I'm sure we will, because I feel like there has been a lift. 2 days ago, I felt like there was an energy change. But again, we do have some things coming in the cosmos that I'm concerned about. So I'm hoping that it does not affect planet Earth, but I am concerned about it because I've seen these things back in 2006. 2006, I wrote it down, those visions and dreams, and then just recently I've been getting like 3 or 4 different types of dreams similar to it. So yes, I'm very concerned with that, with the cosmos, what can happen to planet Earth, more so with besides this virus. So, but yeah, so just be cautious, be able to have food, love one another, help one another, give one another right now, and then also just be in lots of prayer prayers, and then also pray against whatever is trying to come into our solar system, as in like cosmetic wise, that it will be diminished by God, that it won't hit us and we won't be affected. All right, so that's my word. All right, Toni the Global Healer, intuitive reader, and a medium, etc., etc., etc. Love and light to you. I hope that you have a blessed day or night wherever you are, and you can email me if you would like to have a session with me at ToniTheGlobalHealer@gmail.com, or you can reach me on my phone, Mountain Standard Time, which is Arizona. We never change time. It is 623-401-7373. Hopefully that will work. If not, my email will work perfectly. And I also have Skype or Messenger on Facebook. And I'm also known all over Instagram, Facebook, etc., as Toni the Global Healer. You will find me. Blessings to you, love and light to you and your family and beyond, and healing to you all. Love you. Love and light.